Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 7 here on Season 2. And today we are getting into using Acorns and Stash as a retirement account, or to retire. This question comes from Socialillz. He or says, keep doing the great work on this channel. You will... Anyways, can't say the word because I don't want to get demonetized here. Question, should people treat Stash and Acorns as a way to prepare for retirement, or more so for creating funds for small purchases like vacations and vehicles? Last part of the question, it will take forever to create a retirement account on Acorns with enough money to live off of. Very good question and very good concern with the overall account, both on Robinhood, or not Robinhood specifically, but Acorns and Stash. Like I said, I see both of them being a long-term investing platform that just don't generate the returns of like a super high-risk, 5-year, high-yield, risky account, whether that be like 20 years. Oh, I want to like quadruple or whatever in like 5 years. Like that, you're going to be risking a whole lot of money to make that happen. Those, whatever, 7 to 10 to 15% returns per year are going to be pretty stable returns. But if you compound those, then you're going to start getting a lot better returns. And I think that is what you're getting at, is that the time of compound interest for it to work is going to be a long time, and it will be, I assume, probably 40 years until I actually start drawing money out of my account, which based upon like compound interest, it'll be roughly about 1 million or so. Dive into a little bit more. So as far as purchasing a car or going on a vacation with the money that I saved, not with those accounts. Those accounts are strictly long-term investment accounts, and so those won't be touched to buy a vehicle or buy a vacation or go on a vacation. I could justify pulling some of that money out to either buy a house or put it as a down payment on a house, invest into a small company such as like angel investing or something like that, or even starting my own business with some of the money from there. However, basically to say is that the only way I would touch that money is if I might take a percentage of it to invest it into either a higher risk account or an account that might compound faster, or start setting myself up for that retirement bonus or income that I need to get when I get that old. By the way, my wife told me that she found like 3 gray hairs in the head today. It was like right back here, and she's like, I don't know, it's just like this awkward, like you're getting old kind of thing. And I'm like, I want to be there. I want to be there. Basically, the way that compound interest would work on that account is, and I'm sure that you've already looked at this, but basically at 10% a month. So if you were saving 10% of your income, so say it was $250 a month, you made about on $30,000 a year, which is pretty standard for anybody that's working a full-time job and getting paid minimum wage or a little bit above minimum wage. So at year 39, saving $250 a month with an initial investment of $1,000 at 10% year over year, your account would be $1,300,000 or so dollars. If you roll that into year 40, your account would be now worth $1,443,900. So you would basically the entire next year generate $140,000 just off of having that account. So at some point, the interest plus the growth is a livable wage. And so at that point, you could still save $100,000 of that and live off of $44,000 pretty stably, especially if you had purchased a house or whatever and you didn't have so much overhead like you would as it being a young adult or young person to begin with. So yeah, this kind of investing is definitely focused on the long game, the super long game. And I think that even if we were to look at investing into our children's and our grandchildren's future, we might have a different view on, I need to make money for my retirement. Like, let's focus on maybe making money for their retirement. And if you took that $144 million that you had and you stop making the investments and just compounded that for another 40 years, you would have generated $65 million. So thus, enough money to basically for your grandchildren and your grandchildren's children and so on and so forth. And you can almost, by investing, you can almost change the financial circumstances of your grandchildren's and great-grandchildren's future. So I think that that's something that, looking forward, we need to keep our focus on, is that even if we can't make the retirement for us, maybe we can make it for our kids or our grandkids or our great-grandkids, and so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and dive into the question of the day, which is how come water tastes so good yet doesn't have a flavor? I think it's because it, first of all, releases endorphins in our brain, so when we get it, it's something that we crave and something that we need, so when it touches our lips, it releases endorphins that's like, ooh, this is good. And so I think that we associate, ooh, this is good with that tastes good, but it doesn't actually taste at all. And some waters do have certain minerals in there to make it taste better. For the most part, I think it's just the fact that that's something that we desire, and so when we achieve it, it feels good, and so we associate our mouth feeling good with it tasting good. And that would be my answer to that question on why water tastes good without having any taste. And he was like I always say, if you had a question regarding Stash, Acorns, Robinhood, as well as general investing advice, business, Etsy, coaching, post those questions down below, and I will try to get them on the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe up here and check out my Robinhood recap, Stash recap, December edition. Check out this other video right here. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.